Welcome to the Power Packed Podcast. Please be quiet and courteous and silence your cell phones now. Be sure to grab some snacks and concessions, located in the lobby. And now our feature presentation. Prepare for better.
All the time, wondering if maybe I'm losing my mind. Stepping out to the rising enemy, or maybe I'm going out to sea. Maybe you should know by now. When I get back, everything will be alright. Seems like I'm out to sea every single night. I hope this old boat will stay afloat as we go.
I hope this old boat will stay afloat as we go.
Don't mind, maybe you'll sink or swim. Oh, I don't mind, maybe you'll sink or swim. Oh, I don't mind, maybe you'll sink or swim. Oh,
Happy New Year to John.
And
Happy
Josh.
New Year to the rats.
Rats.
Welcome back, everyone. I know we have not done anything for a while, and that's for good reason, because we've been busy, and it's a new year, and I've probably in the last couple of weeks done everything major milestone an adult could have in the last couple of weeks. So I've been busy, and I'm sure John's out there slapping his beaver tail, keeping busy as a busy beaver, you know?
Yeah, I glad you added tails to that. But yeah. It's keeping busy, and we COVID and vacations, holiday season. No more pets on my end have died, so my time is freeing up. So we're back in the saddle.
Back in the South. Oh wait, back in the saddle or back in the South?
The saddle, you know.
The saddle, gotcha. I'm glad you've just jumped back on that, that horse. Well, technically, the podcast is a big old horse, and both of us jumped on it at the same time. We're like co-riding it, the horse,
I feel like it's a horse, but we're chefs in a kitchen. So you're the Chef Ramsay, and you're running around yelling at people.
Yeah.
And we're just cooking up a podcast, and it's just going to be so much. It's going to be larger than life this year, and that's what the horse represents in the kitchen. Like, not only is Chef Ramsay a big personality, but now he's on a horse and he's making a podcast. So I'm going to call you Chef all episode. Hope you're okay with that.
Yes, Chef. Thank you, Chef.
Yes, Chef. Thank you, Chef.
I'm sorry, Chef. Yes, no, I'm cool with that. I'm Chef Karsh in the house. And no,
you're just going to have to put me down a lot, though.
Yeah, I'm just going to be like, what are you, idiot sandwich donkey?
Yes, Chef.
Yes, Chef. Sorry, Chef. I'm
sorry,
stupid, Chef. I love that. That's a great analogy, and you're right. This is going to be larger than life. I'm just calling it season Deuce or season 2 of Power Pack Podcast. Season Deuce. This is the Deuce season, and yeah, we're back at it. This one will be better than ever because we finally think back on episode 1, how bad the audio quality was. Now we have good audio quality. And we have lots of we've just got a lot of stuff for you guys, a lot to get you caught up on, but it's going to be a big old 100, I was going to say 100 minutes, but that's pretty long. So we're going to do at least an hour of just Power Pack goodness for y'all.
Our 100th episode, we do 100 words in 100 minutes. That's all I got for what we could do with the audio format for 100.
We could just say 100. 100 times in 100 times over the course of 100 minutes. So
in 100 different languages.
Oh, now that is fun.
Now we're cooking, Chef. We're cooking.
Thank you, Chef. No, Chef, I want to say that idea is like eating a fresh bolognese.
Bolognese?
Bowling Green, Missouri.
Bowling Green, Missouri.
Hey, I think episode 100, and I'm just calling it season 2 because it's like the second season of it, is going to be bigger than ever. It's going to be as big as the state of Missouri. And how big is the state of Missouri?
I feel
don't
like
know.
it's smaller than Oregon, but maybe I'm wrong. You look up square foot of Oregon. I'll look up square feet of Missouri.
All right, I'll do it right now.
And audience members, this is your chance to pick a lane and see if you're right for the cash prize of 8 gallons of raw sushi.
So we're doing square miles.
Yeah, that's square miles is probably better than square feet.
Okay, yeah. I googled square feet, and Google's like, "Are you sure, dumbass?"
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. Thank you, chef. Well, Oregon, drum roll. I'll just drum roll on my hand. 95,997 square miles.
Hot gizzards rolling off a turkey neck. Ours is only 69,000. Yeah,
Oh,
715, but
Nice.
69,000.
Nice.
I'm never going to forget that now. I'll have a
Never.
factoid. You'll have a factoid. Someone will be like, how big is Missouri? And you just say 69,000.
With like this like grimacing smile.
square miles.
See, yeah, if you know what I mean, square miles. And they're going to be like, what? What do you mean? Man, yeah.
I'm going to look up what other states are 69,000 square miles.
You just could have a whole book. Speaking of book, oh my goodness. What's the status of my favorite novel?
Oh, all right. So we haven't updated the rats on this. But 2022 is the year of the possum. I don't care what no Chinese calendar says.
Yeah.
I'm halfway through editing, doing like the first read through and just making sure it reads fine. And then I'm going to hit up Codifer because I think you said he might be down to edit, and I'll have him do that if he wants to.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to do editing wise, because I really don't care if it's out of whack. Even after that, we're just going to put it up and you get it.
I just want. Have you? So that's very exciting news. Have you thought about? Because I just keep hounding you about this because I want a paperback copy for personal keepings. And have you thought of a cover yet and like how to make it look like a book?
I haven't, but you know what would be like a funny cover? Because like having an artist draw some characters or whatever, like in the style of the Harry Potter books. And then you read it and it's just like this demented, weird story.
That's so funny. Oh my God. You should hit up like Fiverr or something and just get someone to do that. And God, can you imagine? Because it's supposed to almost kind of be portrayed as isn't like because you built it off of being a teen fiction, like graphic novel where it's the name amount is short story or whatever. And so if you have it where it looks like Harry Potter cover, they're gonna be like, oh, this looks fun, and they read it, they're like, oh gosh,
oh gosh,
a lot of possums are being killed.
Yeah, but like some of those, I did actually look at Fiverr a while ago, and I was like, what should I do for a cover? And I did find someone that did hand painted drawings. But here's my thing with Fiverr: half of this stuff is in like I don't know, weird countries that I've barely even heard of, and I'm just like, is this legit? Like, is this a scam? Are you just going on like a template online and downloading something? And I hope I don't get hit with copyright strikes or whatever.
Oh yeah,
that's my fear.
Fiverr is sketchy for sure. I've had some good luck with like I had for one of my album covers, I had this guy. Maybe I'll send him your way because he's actually legit. He's from Hawaii, and he did my album cover and he hand drew it and everything. And because I sent him a picture and then he like drew it out. It was really cool. So some people are legit. Other people, it's like you can tell that all their reviews are like from bots or things like that.
Right.
And it's just, I think you said originally Fiverr is like you're walking down a dark alley and there's a bunch of people with trench coats with like, human body parts underneath.
Yeah, it's like
that.
It's like trying to buy drugs in a dark alley. Like maybe you'll get what you want, but maybe you'll get poisoned and mugged and die. Not saying you should be buying drugs, but that's, if you were.
If you were to be doing that, then you would probably get like some sort of laundry detergent or something. But yeah, and
here's some Dove.
Yeah, here's some dove. Don't smoke the dove.
Don't smoke it. But yeah, I did actually make my word goal. I got over 40,000.
Oh, so. Let's all just stop for a second. Whoever's listening, and just applaud John legitimately for that, because that's a big deal. Like I don't think I've ever written anything over, like, you know, maybe in like college I wrote like a few thousand words for like a big paper, but you said 40,000 words?
40,000. And I made the ending. Okay, so I did the ending we kind of talked about.
Yes.
Except I enhanced it.
Oh, no.
I made it so ridiculous that you almost need a second book, because I have all this lore in my head. So there's like weird things
it's even better,
that happen. So you like, I don't explain most of it, if any of it. And so it almost opens it up to, you need a second book to like dive deeper into what the heck is happening in the last chapter. Because it's so stupid.
See, the part that's going to happen more than likely is, you know, like the movie The Room, where it's like, well, yours is the opposite. The Room, Tommy Wiseau, he was like, he made a serious movie that ended up being a joke, where yours is a joke that'll probably end up being something that's like a cult classic. So I think people are gonna, like, somebody will get their hands on it and they'd be like, oh my god, this book is insane, I love it. And then you're gonna get demanded to write a second book. And
dude, it's so exhausting. I couldn't do a second one.
Oh, you spent over a year, right? Because we've been doing this now.
I guess.
2 years?
Yeah.
Is it 2 years of podcasting?
Yeah, I forget what episode I started. I remember it was the day of that episode, The Possum King. So,
ooh, we got to look that up.
Yeah. Crap. But yeah, how's life in Joshtown over there?
Oh, life in... I kind of want like a Nickelodeon 90s theme, like life in Joshtown. It's really fun.
Life in, like the Malcolm in the Middle tune. And I Town Fair, or whatever the ending goes.
yeah, life is unfair. You're not the boss of me. I won't sing it too much because we'll get a big old copyright slap. But
you take a bite of me now. You take a bite of me, or whatever it is.
Your version's way better. But yeah, things in Joshtown are good. I moved. I'm in the new house now, and I have like this really weird setup. So in my room, there's like these shelves, and I have my mic is set up on the shelf with my little vocal booth thing. So I'm like standing in front of a shelf. I'll send a picture, but all my stuff's on these shelves, and it's like all in the wall. So it's like a good temporary thing.
So you're standing, baby? Is it like a standing desk?
Yeah, kind of like how I had, because before I kind of had like the standing desk thing. And when I moved, I don't know where my thing is for my standing desk, so I can't use that. So it's a sit-down desk.
Myrtle, stop.
Oh, is that Voldemort?
That's Voldemort. Don't you cut it out?
Oh, I love those squeak sounds. I love when I'm listening back to it and I can just hear the little squeaks in the background. It's like, it's just a lot of fun.
It's like, it's instead of sirens, it's a more wholesome background noise.
I like that a lot more, than the sirens. I never heard gunshots when we were doing the podcast, but you definitely told me, like, you'd get on, you'd be like, oh, I heard some gunshots. Or that one time where you're like, hey, I gotta go, someone's breaking into my house.
It sounded like it. I was like, what the heck's happening?
Yeah, because it sounded like you said someone was messing with your door, and you're like, oh yeah, someone's like, let me just go check. You know, St. Louis probs, right?
Yeah, I mean, people do what they want.
Yeah, it's the Wild West.
Yeah.
That's
so you're in a new house and a standy desk.
Oh yeah, well, standing wall, I guess, thing like that.
You just
but
need a bar stool.
I do need a bar stool. I need one of them high bar stools. Like when you go to one of those weird restaurants that has like $20 cheeseburgers, and you have to sit really high up on like a bar stool, and you're worried if you tip, you'll fall.
Do they have the uncomfortable wooden backs on there that go up to your maybe a quarter of the way, and it doesn't provide any support, and it sucks?
Exactly. It's exactly that. That's exactly what I need to a T. That's what I'm looking for. But I was going to say, yeah, everything's good in Joshtown. I've filled you in on all the things going on. Good stuff for sure. But what's new in the world of Whiff?
Well, we think we got the COVID. I'm not sure. I know she got the COVID.
Like right now?
No. Back during the. Well, I think I had it on Christmas Day.
Wow.
Because I think the Omicron, the incubation period is like 2 days, right? It's something short compared to the old one.
Mm-hmm.
And so we flew to Oregon on Thursday. And then on Saturday, I was feeling sick. But I thought it was a cold. And so I was like, it's fine. And then I come back, and then my cold, quote unquote, didn't go away till like Thursday, Friday. So it was like 7 days almost. And then Charlene got sick, and she actually got tested, and it was positive. So I think I had it first, but she was like throwing up and feeling crappy, and I was just like, I got a cold, but whatever.
Man, that's crazy. Well, I'm glad she's all right, and glad you're both all right. And I had almost the exact same thing you had around Christmas as well, because I went and saw my family, and it was like a really weird head cold. And I was like, how it's just science, over the years, like the cold and the flu, it adapts, that's just like, and it mutates and everything like that. So I was like, this is kind of like a head cold, but it's weird. And then the things you're describing, it was basically like, it didn't go away for like 3 or 4 days. And, but yeah, I didn't have any like troubles breathing or anything weird like that. So I was like, but what Charlene got sounded like kind of gnarly. And, is she like, is she having troubles like smelling or tasting after the fact, or is she just like back to normal?
No, she's back to normal. And I did think that I had some stomach issues for a day, but I thought it was from the coffee my dad drinks / the scotch I was drinking with the coffee. Like he makes coffee so freaking strong. It's like ridiculous. And I pretty much don't drink coffee anymore. So I was like, sure, I'll have a cup. So I thought it was that, but
that's valid.
I think it was not that, because I don't know. It just seemed like it was lingering longer than it should have. So I don't know.
Oh man. Well, glad you guys are all right. That's a good, good update that you're all feeling better. And that stuff's no joke for sure. But it's good that staying healthy now. Think about back in the day, all the times on the playground in the 90s. We were eating dirt and bugs and stuff, and eating that ketchup that was like green, and eating 3D Doritos. Like I'm hoping all that helped with our immune system. 90 kids problem stuff.
Yeah, we used to eat our vaccines on the playground. Now got to go in and get a shot. But you want that old school vaccine, you go to a hospital and have some patients cough on you. That's the OG vaccine.
It's the OG. So. Yeah. Just like I love the memes where this was like way earlier on in the pandemic, and it was like this big, scary looking monster thing, and it said like, I think it was COVID, and then on the right side it showed the Kung Fu Panda like cast, and it said the Flintstone vitamins I ate in 1999.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that one, I should have sent that because I know you love Kung Fu Panda.
Dude, it's the bomb. It's the best animated film ever. And I use my words carefully. Film. Kyle taught me what a film was. Didn't know before.
The film, yeah. Well, oh man, I hate to do this because I already have a long list, but I don't think I've ever seen any of the Kung Fu Panda movies. Now I'm thinking about it.
Okay, 2022 is the year that Josh catches up on his movie list.
All right, so let me see if my memory serves pretty well. So I'm just gonna bump to the very top, Kung Fu Panda. Is there any particular one in the sequence of Kung Fu Pandas I should watch, or should I just watch all of them, or just
watch them all? They're all good. They're all fun. Like, look at me, I'm watching a panda kick things. It's fun. Just do it.
Okay, so how many Kung Fu Pandas are there?
There's 3, and they're all good, surprisingly.
Oh, okay, so it's not like Shrek, where they just increasingly get way creepier and worse.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. The first Shrek was pinnacle, and then it just got weird. 4 was, I was laughing during 4 for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I remember seeing it and just being like, this is so ridiculous.
Yeah, Shrek is one of those things where, like, it kind of beat the odds, like, it's like, how did this become a series? Like, it's so weird. And especially that first one, that is like a landmark. That's an important movie. I like Shrek 1. I've got so much respect because there's like, no other movie would have 2 Smash Mouth songs in it. Like, what the heck?
That's true.
That's like insane. Like, that's just a, like, you know how fossils, they get like enclosed in amber and they like it's just forever this relic. Like, that's Shrek 1. The fact that it has 2 damn Smash Mouth songs at the beginning of the movie and the end, it just blows my mind. That's just crazy, and they got away with it.
It's a Smash Mouth sandwich, you know.
Oh, that's too much Smash Mouth, but yeah, it worked for Shrek 1. But
do they still make albums?
I saw something online. It was the Smash Mouth lead singer, and it was like 4 or 5 years ago. It was something I saw online. He's like, yeah, I'm 45, I'm single.
Oh no.
And he's just like, yeah, that dude definitely lives in a van, like somewhere. I don't know.
You know who I feel like he could be? He could be either like a distant relative or a cousin of Guy Fieri. Just, I feel like he has that energy.
Oh yeah, he looks very
like the way
similar.
he looks and everything. I don't know.
Well, I saw a funny joke once online. It showed the Smash Mouth guy and Guy Fieri, and they're so Guy Fieri has a soul patch, right? Or no, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
The Smash Mouth guy, he has a little soul patch, and Guy Fieri has the beard but no soul patch. And it showed like a picture. I guess they had met up on one of the Guy Fieri episodes, and someone commented on the YouTube thing. They're like, if they kissed, it would complete the beard. Because it's like it's really weird how they're it's almost like Marvel, the Infinity Stones. Like if they all split up, like Guy Fieri's the Flavor Stone, and Smash Mouth guy is the Smash Mouth Stone. I don't even know how to describe it.
I don't like his voice, like singing wise. It's so how did it works, but it's just not good at the same time.
No, that's the best way. And you know, I might get some. I guess this would require more people to comment in our YouTube videos, but I like Smash Mouth's music. Not like I'm not listening to it all the time, but it's like I have respect for it because it's like catchy. And like you said, though, he is the Guy Fieri. Like his voice is kind of Guy Fieri. Like it's kind of gravelly. It's kind of like almost like he sounds like he's from California.
Flavor Town.
Yeah, Flavor Town.
Smash Town.
We're back in Flavor Town here.
Welcome to Smash Mouthville.
I feel like, can you imagine what Smash Mouthville would look like? I feel like it would just be basically what I've heard what Fresno, California looks like, just like very abandoned and like a lot of garbage.
It'd be like New Mexico. I don't know. Just they're stuck 20 years in the past.
Yeah, that's a good point. And, you know, it's one of those things where if I had the opportunity to open for Smash Mouth as JJ Fresh, you know, would we? Yes, of course we would. Like, I would love to meet them. It's the same thing with like Aaron Carter, which I feel like we have a lot of Aaron Carter updates I want to let people know about. But we'll get to Aaron Carter too. There's a lot of updates, but it's most def. And you know, 2022 is also the year of that damn JJ Fresh album that we've never completed.
Christmas.
Most of the songs are done.
It's my fault now. I have to do my raps.
Oh, you're good, boy. You only need to do raps on Illtop, and then I think it's done. And then we'll see. It's both of us because I need to mix all of them. I have like all the songs are done pretty much. I just need to mix them and then send them to you, and then you can do your masterful mastering, and then we just like put it on Spotify or something. So
heck yeah.
So we're getting close. But anyways, I went on a long tangent. I need to watch all 3 Kung Fu Pandas. I need to watch the Goofy movie. I need to watch Tremors 1 and 3. And I need to watch the Tom and Jerry movie.
Wait, was it 1 and 3?
I thought it was 1 and 3.
Oh, I think 3 just to see how ridiculous it got. Because 3's bad. 3 is not good.
So 3 is... Tremors 1 is good, but Tremors 3 is bad, right?
Yes. 1 and 2 are good. 3 is horrible. But you might as well just watch... I guess you go watch 2 if you want, but I mean, you just watch 3 for how bad it is. It gets so silly. It's like, what?
I'm excited. That's what I'm definitely going to do. So yeah, I'll be watching those and then the Tom and Jerry movie. And I think that's it. That's the list.
That's Chef's list. And I want to see it chopped and plopped, or whatever the saying is.
Chopped
Chop
and
it and plop it.
I'm thinking like boiling. Like I'm gonna boil those movies, and I'm just gonna like, because then they get soft and tender.
Because they pour the boiling water on a varmint.
on a marmot.
A varmint. Little
like
rodent.
that little rodent. Yeah, that should be your second book. It's Boiling a Marmot by J.R. Nunchucks.
I have like varmints like tied up like lobsters, and I just throw them in pots of olive oil.
That's horrible. Yummy, yummy.
Yum, yum, yum.
Oh, this is gonna be a wild year. I can't wait for. I feel like this podcast is already juicy. Maybe it's because we haven't done it in a while. We've got lots of content. It's like
a sponge. It's just that's been sitting out in the moisture, and it's just soaking up all sorts of outside wet, and we're squeezing that sponge all over our microphones.
Yeah,
and then we're sautéing some onions in the water. Chef.
Yes, chef. Thank you, chef. Thank you, chef.
Chef. I am the worst chef. I understand, chef. I will. Yes, I will be better, chef.
I will. Yes, chef. I will boil that marmot for you, chef.
Yes, chef. I am a waste of space and time. Yes, chef. Sorry, chef.
Yes, I will stop existing, chef. Thank you, chef.
I will stop existing, chef. Sorry, chef.
Yes. Oh, I sent you? I sent you the Gordon Ramsay, that guy, Andres Antunes. His stuff.
He's so good.
One of his music. Well, you sent the original one. The pig one's the funniest one ever. That one's just hands down super funny. And but this Gordon Ramsay one was a golden. That is one of the best YouTube channels right now. His stuff and all the music. It just like, because I think people don't recognize too that he's writing these things that really work with like into the afflictions of people's like voices and what they're saying and doing. So he'll like do little riffs when like Gordon Ramsay's like screaming. And like he did a downbeat when he smashed the salmon. It's just so good.
And there's no way you can play that to a metronome. So he's having to like write these drums or whatever, and then like just on a dime know when the tempo or whatever changes, because this is like you hear it, it's just like like there's no it's just crazy like how he writes this stuff for this. It's good.
It's brilliant. It is really brilliant. And he's a great musician. And also I like his little cutscenes. Like at the beginning, he's just like making some food, and then Gordon Ramsay starts screaming at the guy, and then he just like it zooms in on his face. It's just so good.
He's like, why is he doing that?
Yeah, he's like, that's so nice.
Speaking of that topic of music and stuff, I have done something I haven't done in almost 10 years.
What's that?
Daddy is ordering a new axe.
Is that really 10 years of that beautiful white Gibson? Is that true?
So the Gibson was made in 07. I bought it in 08. I think I started playing guitar in 06 because it was when I was 17, I think. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've had it since 08. So already that's how many years? That's 13.
Yeah.
No, 14 because it's 2022. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so within like the first, I don't know, so 14. I had a Flying V. That was the last guitar I bought while I still had that one, but I got rid of it while we were raising money for our first album, which was, when did our first album come out? Out of the West was when I think it was 2012.
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah, that was when you guys were like, well, you had 3 albums
we
or
did
2?
2 albums and like a single. Let's see. I have I'm clicking. I'm on Bandcamp. When did you come out? Blah blah blah. Does it say? I'm just gonna say 2012. That sounds right. Yep, 2012. So yeah, 10 years.
Wow.
Since I've bought a guitar. So.
Man, that is crazy. Well, congratulations. That's a big deal because if anybody deserves a new guitar, it is the Butter Lord himself, the maestro of magic. I am, yeah. That's exciting. You're welcome, chef. Now get out of my kitchen. No, most importantly, what kind of guitar are you getting? Did you already buy one or are you thinking about getting one?
Okay, so it's back ordered for like a month or two. So I pretty much ordered it, but they're not charging me until it ships. And then I'm getting some little upgrades done to it. So they have to do that and then they'll send it. But have you heard of Plekking? Plek?
I don't think I've heard of them. No, is that the brand?
No, that's I'm getting an Ibanez. I'm getting a Prestige. Okay, that's one thing about Ibanez guitars. They have the douchiest sounding names because there's so many letters and numbers and bull crap in their titles. Okay, so I have it on a notepad. It is the Ibanez RG652AH MFX Prestige RG Series 6-string electric guitar. Like, it sounds stupid.
You know what? Ibanez, they have those names for a reason because Ibanez, I love Ibanez. Like, I have an Ibanez bass right now. I have, I think one of my guitars is, I think I have another guitar that's an Ibanez too. But anyways, they're awesome. And I feel like they're very good for your style of music and the stuff you write. I feel like it's just like, that's like a shredder's guitar for sure. Like
yeah, which is why I wanted I wanted like the Herman Lee E-Gen 18, but that's like a $3,500 guitar and it's not even made anymore. So I was like, I'll get something I can afford. So, and like the complaint I have with the one I use now is the bridge pickup doesn't even work anymore. I don't know if it's the switch selector's busted or I had it taken in and they were like, oh, everything looks fine. I'm like, no, but it doesn't work, but whatever. And then I only have 22 frets on this one and I can't even access half of them because it's a single cut instead of a double cut, so it's really hard to like do any of that. So this is 24 frets and it's delicious.
Oh, man, do you have a picture? Can you just text me a picture of what it looks like?
Well, the pictures actually don't do it justice because if you watch like a quick video, you can see the like it just looks way better. So I'll send you a quick little video and you can just like pause it in the middle because it like you see the shine and everything. It just looks way better.
That's what I'm looking for.
But the Plekking thing, it's let's see. Yeah, this seems all right. The Plekking, it's like a I am the worst at multitasking. I'm gonna put it in. I'll just private message it to you on Discord or text, whatever works.
Oh, I'll do that right now. Okay, so
yeah, you can just look at the thumbnail, and it looks way better than the picture.
Let me see. It's making me watch ads. Okay.
For the thumbnail on Discord,
the thumbnail was super small.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay, cool. Oh my goodness, that is a beautiful guitar. Oh, my goodness, I need to like look at that closer. Wow, it's a piece of art,
and it's made in Japan, which is cool. I'm like, what? It's made in Japan? That's tight.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, they're Prestige models. They make them in Japan because I guess that's where the company's from. But most other models, they just have them made in Indonesia, which is fine. But I was like, Daddy hasn't had one in 10 years. I'm going to treat myself.
You should. Daddy deserves the best too. Man, you couldn't have picked out a better one. It's just like the color, the look. I'm excited to hear what it sounds like. And
it has the DiMarzio pickups, which is what's in mine right now, but they're different ones, but still the same brand. So I'm like, ooh, I like that. And I opted out of the whammy bar because I want my guitar to stay in tune.
Yeah, I took my whammy bar off mine a while ago, and I don't know. It's for certain like things, it's cool, but you got the whammy pedals and things like that, so you can whammy away, but. Man,
yeah, the bars like that, the Ford trucks with the electronic tailgate. It's just like I'd use it maybe once, but I don't need it.
Yeah, that's the perfect analogy. Oh man. Well, congratulations on the brand new guitar. You'll get it in a month, you said?
Maybe once it gets plecked, which what that is they put it in this like jig on this machine and they scan the fretboard, and then the machine you pick what strings you want, and so you put the strings on, and then the machine analyzes everything, and then it shaves the frets so everything is machined perfectly leveled. And
that's nuts.
Yeah, it's like I never even heard of this process, but apparently it's a thing now. And so I was like, yes, I want to try that. That sounds cool. And I've looked into it, and everyone's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And they say it works better on old instruments, like vintage stuff, because or cheaper instruments where you can see a huge difference on that. But for like already well-built instruments, you'll get like a notch up, but on cheaper stuff, you're going to get like 3 or 4 notches up because it just makes it buttery.
Man, that's so cool. You'll have to remind me, like send me a link of just like even an article that's like, what is plucking? Because I would...
Sweetwater. That's why I'm getting it from there, because I could have got it from anywhere, but Sweetwater actually, you can tell them like, hey, do this before you ship it to my house, and they'll do it. And they'll tune it and everything. They'll get your strings set. They'll get everything how you want it, and then boom, it's good to go.
Man, that's some service. I've never gotten anything off of Sweetwater before, and I've heard good things.
Dude, Sweetwater's where it's at, man.
Oh, okay. I got to hit up Sweetwater for my next instrument, because I'm probably due for a new electric guitar eventually. I've had my Fender Strat since 2011, and that's the last electric guitar I bought.
That's 10 years ago.
Yeah, so maybe in another 10 years I can true up. It's hard because, we just like bought a house, and because I'm like, and I also really want to because I want to have my own, we're living up here now, I want to have my own music space, and I really want to get my own drum set. So maybe I'll look at that for Sweetwater, because I love playing drums. I just don't really ever have a chance to. I mean, I got an electric kit recently, but it's in storage, so I need to go get that. But we live on property, so I want to be able to just play my drums at full volume, and no neighbors will get mad because there's no neighbors. So
that's the dream. I ordered you remember that? Well, I don't know if the half cab or whatever I ordered from Sweetwater.
Yeah,
and I got an email 3 months later from some guy named Robert, and he's like, "Oh, I hope you like the cab. Is everything working all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's doing good." And that was 2000. When were we in that apartment? Like 4 years ago?
About. Yeah.
Yeah, and I ordered this guitar, and sure enough, Robert was like, "Oh, hey." He gave me a call, and he answered all my questions about the plecking. And I was like, this is really kind of cool to have a guy that just he's a sales rep, obviously, but it's just kind of weird to have the same guy hit you up.
Man, that's cool. So I'm going to check out. You've sold me. I'm sold. Next thing I'm going to get, I'll get off of Sweetwater, because, and I feel like Guitar Center's not doing that well. I know they went to they scheduled filed for bankruptcy at some point during the pandemic. Yeah, and I know they're struggling too, because I get cold calls from their salespeople. They're like, "Hey, Josh, just checking to see if you're looking to buy any gear," or they call me and leave voicemails, and my phone blocks it, of course. Every month. Yeah, they call and they're like, "Just looking to see if you're wanting to pick up any gear," and that's whoa, you guys must be really financially struggling. So, so
I would hate that.
So yeah, I'm going all in on Sweetwater for my next thing. I've been wanting forever, because I started out, my guitar roots are blues and the more rock stuff, and I've always wanted an all white Gretsch with gold components and stuff, gold hardware.
That'd be amazing.
Hollow body too, so kind of almost like a Elvis guitar. I don't know if Elvis used it. I don't know. I just think of Southern blues. I really want a warmer tone, because my Fender's really bright. So I really want a proper blues guitar eventually. But again, I have expensive taste, so I'm I don't know if I can justify spending $1,000 to $2,000 on a guitar right now, but
Yeah,
eventually.
that's my issue. I'm like, I want something good that's gonna last and be quality. I don't want to like buy something that's I'm not gonna be happy with. So,
Yep.
yeah.
That's what it comes down to with instruments, and I'm so happy. My whole day is made knowing that Big Papa J Whip down in St. Louis just got himself a new guitar, and a good one too. So I'm looking forward to hearing that on some Mr. Mutiny tracks, and not only that, but for selfish reasons, I'm excited to hear that on the second JJ Fresh album. I'm sure you're going to be using it a bunch.
Oh, definitely. I'm probably gonna use my Gibson for rhythm because it's pretty girthy. It's a girthy boy, and then I'm gonna use this guy for like the leads, I guess. But no, like they do. I think you get a 2-year warranty on most stuff you buy there, and then they do like if you buy a guitar, they do like a inspection. They just kind of check everything, so they don't just like grab it from the box. And they have a climate controlled warehouse, so when they get guitars in, they're sitting and they're not like out in the cold or whatever. So it's, I was just like, I kind of did a deep dive on them because I was like, what? Why are they so successful? Because I feel like they're so booming, but they only have one location, like one store, from my understanding.
Oh, really? So there's none.
I think,
like
I think it's mostly. I think it's just like a warehouse. I don't think you can like. Let's see. Because I don't think it's like Guitar Center where there's lots of locations.
Yeah, and they're like everywhere. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Let's see. Music store. Yeah, I guess it's in Fort Wayne, wherever that is.
Is that in Texas? Is that Texas? If it has Fort in front of it, or is that Florida?
I don't know where Fort Wayne is, but that's where it's at, and that's the only location I'm getting on their website. So,
wow,
it's like a giant warehouse, I guess.
One brick and mortar place, I guess. And it's funny, anytime I hear a city that has Fort in front of it, I think it's in Texas because there's so many Fort like places in Texas. I don't know.
It's like, how many forts do you need? I mean, come on.
Yeah, there's no forts in Oregon or Washington. Well, no, I don't think there is any forts.
You could build a fort on your property. Have a Fort Karsh.
Oh, yeah. I still like the idea of you guys moving out here, but you build like a wooden teepee in the backyard and I bring you trash bags full of food.
I could also be like the Naboo, and I'll build an underwater house.
Oh.
In your pond. And I'll be like Jar Jar Binks.
Misa John Whip.
I'm just like eating raw trout in your lake or whatever.
Just swimming around. I'm like, oh, I have like some guests over, and you emerge from the water like Misa John Whip. Misa hungry for fish. And you like eat a fish right in front of us. Just like a raw trout. Just bite into it. Just like Schmeagol.
Or Charlene can be Jar Jar, and I'll be the big guy on the throne, the king guy.
Oh, what's his? Oh yeah, with the big jowl.
I'm not your Josh Carter.
Be gone with him.
Be gone with him.
Oh. So that's your character. Oh man. You know what we should do? I love that image, by the way. So you guys basically becoming Gungans and living in our lake.
Gungans, that was it. Naboo is a place, wasn't it? What did I call them? I called them Naboos or something. No, they're Gungans, right?
You got them Naboos in the lake out there.
You got them Naboos swimming around your lake eating your trout.
Eating your trout. I got every about 20, 30 minutes. I go out there with a stick and I hit it against the wood, making a scream. Get out here, Naboos!
Just checking my crawdad trap, and gosh darn SOB Naboo stuck in it. I'll pry him out with a stick. Stupid creatures.
Stupid creature, yeah. Keep catching them and spraying them with water.
Spray like little cats. Spray them. I'm going to let my little Naboo out and go pee all over the grass. So this is the perfect time for the Butter Dome. Clap. So they have food snacks in hand, so muffled clap.
That sounded like a fruit snack clap. That's hard to say. And yeah, I want some fruit snacks.
Yes, chef.
Thank you, chef. Yeah, that sounds good. I don't know what I'm gonna make for dinner now. I had mod pizza for lunch. Do you guys have mod pizza over there? I feel like it's everywhere.
I think I've seen a mod pizza. Are you gonna put computer chips in my pizza? You modding it or whatever?
Yeah,
I'm
modding.
Mod my Xbox.
Bill Gates mods the pizza.
He hacks your pizza and makes the circuitry taste good. Have you had cold pizza with ketchup on it?
No. That sounds kind of good, though. Yeah.
I can't remember if I told this story, but I was just sitting in the lunchroom and my boss just pulls some pizza out of the fridge and just like a bottle of ketchup just squirts it all over the pizza. And me and my buddy were just like dumbfounded staring at him like, what is he doing? And then I actually tried it like 2 weeks ago and it's actually really good.
What kind of pizza did you, because I feel like certain
cheese,
pizza,
pepperoni.
Yeah, okay. Because I have this thing where I love sriracha on cheese pizza, especially not just any cheese pizza. I'm talking the dumpster Totino's, like the little like dollar like square Totino's pizza. Bake one of those up and put sriracha on it. That's so good. But I imagine, it makes sense with ketchup because the sauce is like it's red sauce or whatever. And I know for you were the original, which I kind of want the story of this anyways. But the ketchup bread, when did you invent that or when did you come up with that?
I don't know. I was just craving food. And like when you get a dinner roll, right? I mean, I get a dinner roll up for dinner sometime, put some butter on it, and I just, put some ketchup on it. That's my jam when we're eating dinner. So this is like a step down from that instead of a roll with a piece of bread. So I was just hungry one day and couldn't find anything. So I was like, well, I'll just have a dinner roll, but in bread form with butter and ketchup on it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And I just remember like for Kyle and Cody that they were just like, they seemed a little disturbed by it. But to me, it makes sense. It's like, I think, it makes sense that, ketchup and bread, it's not like you're putting, what would be something gross on bread? Like horseradish. But that's the thing. Even horseradish. Well, it's funny because bread is one of those. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. And like, it's kind of like a prime rib or French dip. But bread is one of those neutral vessels that you can put just about anything on. Like you can put honey on it. You can put peanut butter. You can put marshmallow and peanut butter.
Sounds like an epic album or like cosmic epic, like Pink Floyd, bread, the neutral vessel or something.
Oh yeah. I just got, that could be like a Pink Floyd album. I saw a Pink Floyd meme recently where it showed the David Gilmour and then it says Pink Floyd and it's like it only showed one lyric and it said, "We live in a society," and then it says 6-minute guitar solo. Yeah. That's a good one. Job. Yeah, it's true. But yeah, I will try for you. I will watch those movies. I will put some ketchup on some pizza. I have pizza. I have some leftover mods, so I'll squirt a little ketchup on there.
Is it like is it basic B pizza? Is it just like cheese or pepperoni or something?
It was like
they have
a
fancy stuff.
It's kind of fancy, but it would work because it's like a white sauce and chicken sausage.
I don't know about that. I mean, you could try it. Let me know, but you're diving into new territory. Things the chef doesn't recommend right now. Like that's. You can try it.
I understand. I appreciate your opinion, chef, and I thank you, chef, for just guiding me along.
What are you doing? You don't use white sauce with ketchup. Are you stupid?
Stupid.
You dumb boy.
You dumb boy. That's my favorite. You just like screaming at me, calling me a dumb boy, and I'm like, yes, chef. Sorry, chef.
Sorry, chef.
I will jump in the deep fryer, chef. You have one deep fried boy on you.
You just do that. What's that thing where the samurais just end themselves with a samurai sword.
Oh my god! But it's a deep fryer.
And, you stick your head on the deep fryer. Is that what you said?
Oh, pretty much. I imagined more like a human size, like a hot tub, but it's full of hot grease.
Oh, gross.
Oh, that's so gross. That's going to be the next Squid Game. Is just like they're serving deep fried people at the fair.
At IHOP, run by Chef Ramsay.
Oh, yes, chef. I think it's funny on that note, not saying that's obviously not like I wouldn't recommend deep frying any sort of human body part, but deep frying is funny. I think the concept of deep frying, because I'm switching gears a little bit, but deep frying is hilarious because it's kind of like, it's kind of the lazy approach to cooking. Well, not really like lazy, because if you cook something in hot grease, it's gonna taste good or whatever. And it's funny because people will deep fry anything, especially at the fair. It's like you'll see some total abominations like deep fried.
Yeah,
it's just it's crazy.
I think you accidentally cut out on my end. That's why I was quiet. But yeah, I hear you. I hear you now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was just talking about deep frying stuff. But anyways, let's do butter dome stuff. We haven't done one of these in a while. Let's see if we have any like emails or anything fun we can just kind of rattle off. We've got we've already 50 minutes in, probably more like 45 because there's a little break. But let's just dive in.
This is our 100th episode. We end it when we want to, so that's just how we're rolling today. We got some emails. Happy Hundy from Crum. Happy 100th episode of the wisest podcast I've ever listened to. Congratulations. Would you rather always feel like you have 100 bees in your body or get stung by 100 bees? Much love, Crum.
So
instantly, I'm thinking of that scene in The Mummy where the beetles get in that person.
Oh, I can't. Oh, I hate that scene. Yeah, the beetle. For the longest time, I was like, that's every beetle. When I was a little kid, I was like, every beetle crawls in your skin. Just what I thought.
Ladybug. Oh.
I got to rewatch that movie. Brendan Fraser is another one of those like Smash Mouth. He's like a very interesting gem of the 90s, early 2000s.
And then he just fell off the face of the earth. But yeah, the bee question.
Bees. I think for me, I'd rather get stung, because she didn't say how like often you're getting stung by 100 bees, but I'd rather get it out of the way instead of always, because if you always feel like you have bees on your skin, that's got to be uncomfortable. So I'd rather just like periodically, because I've been stung by at least 20 bees probably in my lifetime. So I'm already, I only have, 80 more to go.
80 more. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What would you do?
I think I would have them in my body. And I would place them in my buttocks because, you don't really feel around that area anyways. You sit on it and then you stand up and you put pants on. The bees were in my fingers or like in my elbows, or it'd be uncomfortable, but just throw them in your butt. What you got in your trunk? 100 bees, baby. I think it's the best way to go.
I think that makes sense, and I'm just thinking
I don't want to get stung 100 times. Like, is it 100 times at once, or is it stretched out? Like, I don't know.
That was my rationale. If it's stretched out, like over your lifetime, I've been already stung, I feel like, by a lot of bees, but if it was all at once, that'd probably like you'd die of anaphylactic shock. So maybe not that one. I would take the bees in the body. But yeah, I was thinking how there's a book. It's like Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I was thinking John Whip's like butt of peculiar bees. I don't know. I was thinking something like that for like a teen book, and it's just about a guy who has a bunch of bees in his butt.
That's my next book. This kid who is obsessed with the Wests. What's Kanye's family called? Are they called the Wests?
I think they're the Wests. Yeah, the West. maybe
or
the
no,
Kanyes.
what's the show? What is that called? Like didn't he marry someone on TV or something?
Oh, Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, did she not take his name? They're progressive.
I don't know. Is there a Keeping Up with the where they
There's
do
not
that
a
thing where
Keeping
they
Up with the
hyphenate it?
West.
It's Keeping Up with
West,
the Kardashian West.
the Westashians or the card.
Ooh, you could do
what was
that.
I saying about that? Oh, you got a kid who's obsessed with Kim Kardashian West, but can't afford the surgery for any of the enhancements. So she or he or whatever just gets stung by a bunch of bees in the places she wants bigger, like Botox. Like, I want my butt big. So she goes butt first into what are those beekeeping honey hives or whatever?
Yeah, like a beehive. In a beehive, yeah.
She just like, pushes it up against the beehive and, aggravates the bees and tries to get an enhancement.
There you go. That's
slap.
What is it? Oprah. What's this thing where it's like Oprah's pick? Like slap a Oprah's pick sticker on that book. Send it out.
Call it bee talks.
The bee butt.
Love it. The bee butt. Got my bee talks in the bee butt.
I think it's a shame that you aren't, writing stuff for TV shows. You are just like an endless. You know what? Your brain reminds me. You know those giant gumball machines that like always have gumballs in them, and you crank it, and the gumball pops out. Your brain is like all the gumballs are ideas and just brilliant, funny ideas. And you put that quarter in and you crank it, and a gumball pops out, and it's like, oh, bite into that. And what's inside? It's a book about someone who sticks their butt in a beehive. It's great.
It'd be funny to have one of those like machines that you put a quarter in and the little capsule comes out, right? And you get like a sticker or a fake ring. Just have one where each capsule has one killer bee in it.
I was wondering if you're going that route. Can you imagine that? Like they're just like, oh, they open it up and it just starts buzzing around. You're like, oh. It's like those.
If you buy them all, you can make a hive.
Yeah, the killer beehive. Wasn't that like a thing? It was in 2020. There were like really scary like killer bees that were like the size of like a moth that were like around the United States.
I don't know. This is why I get off social media, because when I was on social media, I'd see a post, giant killer this, big plague in there. And I was like, well, I never heard anything about it apart from this post. So I don't know what's true or not.
Yeah.
I
got off social media too. I no longer have the social medias because
like I just juice cleanse.
I just have Discord, that's how we do this and everything. And then I have that WhatsApp chat with you and the McCrackens. And then I text people, and that's all I need.
Wow. See, you've been elevated to the next higher level of existence.
Yeah, I'm at that John Whip level, and I never thought I'd be able to even touch my fingers.
So you were on a mental what you just said, a mental illness roller coaster, and you were going up to the top, and then you decided to jump off the roller coaster, and now
at the very top,
you don't have to ride that ride. You can just say no thanks.
Yeah,
Speaking of mental illness, so this guy at work brought in a book. And I was like, oh, you got a book today? He's like, yeah, it's, dealing with anxiety and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I looked at the cover, and it was some book by, I'm going to butcher this, Shalman Payne, Shalakane the God, you know what I'm talking about? He's like a rapper or something, Shalman Lane.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking, this is your path to not having anxiety and mental illness. It's reading a book by Charlemagne, the God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Charlemagne. Yeah, Charlemagne.
Charlemagne. Charlemagne.
Yeah. Is that the same guy who's like he goes by like the based god or whatever? Or is that a different guy?
I don't know.
That's little B, I think. But that is really funny. They're like, all right, you want all your problems go away? Just make a bunch of money and do a bunch of scissor.
Right. It's just like an odd. It's just like, oh, you did all this. Wait, did you? I mean, if I'm gonna buy a book about something like that, I'm at least gonna like do a little research. Like, yeah, let's see what books are good. What do people think? I'm just gonna buy like Eminem helped me with my marriage issues. It's like, what?
That it would be pretty funny. He's like, oh, it's all rhyme. The whole book is in like one rolling rhyme. It's in rap format. That'd be so great.
Dr. Dre helped me overcome my fear of pooping in public. Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Dre. Pooping in
Thanks,
public.
chef.
Is that like, thank you, chef. So pooping in public, does that mean you go into like a public restroom and you just can't poop?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's like the shy bladder thing. No, I get that. It's like, when you get kicked out of, you get kicked out of Denny's because you're pooping in the urinal.
One of those guys, huh?
Yeah. Oh man, that guy. Oh, hey Jim, we got another urinal pooper.
We got another stander.
We got another stander. Yeah.
He stands when he poops.
He stands when he poops. I might I'm gonna have to go in a couple minutes because Andrea's gonna be home from work and she's got some groceries and I'm gonna have to help bring them in. So I don't know when that's gonna be. Might happen in the span of a couple minutes. I'm not sure, but just wanted to give a little warning so it's not just me jumping off the top of a roller coaster as it's going down. That's a great. It
could be a fun way to end the episode. I'll just be talking and then you'll be gone and then I'll say, I guess we're done.
Oh, that would have been great if I would have just not told you and just like shut all my stuff off and then left.
When you edit, you'll have like a really long section that keeps going on my end. And it's like, what the heck's happening? But you want to do one more question before we bounce out?
Let's do it. And I was going to say, that's the nice thing why our podcast is good. Because you and I, we're good about, talking. It's a back and forth thing where I've met people, they just talk and they talk and they talk. So we got a nice flow. So that part, that part's nice.
Tupac helped me with my public speaking abilities. I read a book. And it helped my podcasting.
It came out in 2006, and I thought that was weird because he died in 96. But you know how there's that thing where people think he's still alive.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So here we go. This is a genuine question. I am part of the Hufflepuff house, but why do so many people make fun of that house? I feel that Josh is Gryffindor. And I may be Ravenclaw, but envy Slytherin, or maybe he is Slithering wizard. Crumbly. Ravenclaw. What's Ravenclaw all about?
So she was saying you're in Ravenclaw?
She says I'm Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw. That's not bad. Ravenclaw has.
They seem like nerds too.
I think Ravenclaw. They're like kind of. I feel like you would be a good Ravenclaw. They're kind of like. One noteworthy person is Luna Lovegood. Luna Lovegood, and she's like the one who's like, there's nargles on your forehead.
She's like high on NyQuil the whole movie.
Yeah, she's definitely doing like scissor and lean like the whole time.
Dude, she's doing that new TikTok challenge where they cook chicken and NyQuil and she eats the whole thing and overdoses.
Yep. But she's a great character though, you know what I mean? And
she is, but like that's the house I'm part of apparently. Like, come on.
I don't know. You'd be a really good Slytherin too, I feel like.
Dude, me and Malfoy would be boys. Me and Draco, dude.
You'd have the same like bleach blonde hair that slicks back.
I'd be trolling with Draco, dude. He'd be up there about to kill Griffin, Gandalf,
Dumbledore. Oh yeah, he's
Dumbledore.
Ready. You're like, do it.
I'm like, do it, bro, do it. I dare you to, dude.
I dare you.
I'm like, dude, you did it. I was just kidding, bro. I didn't think you'd actually do it. Why'd you do that, man?
Party foul, man. Why'd you
party foul, Draco?
Party Foundry. Oh, that's you. Yeah, I want to see you in Slytherin just for that fact of you're just kind of like instead of Crabbe and Goyle, you're like the Cali bro who antagonizes him. Like, come on, man.
I would want to troll the Slytherin house because they think they're so like bad A, and I would pretty much be quote unquote a bad A, but in a mocking way, kind of like they'll be like, oh, I'm so cool, I'm in Slytherin, dude. Oh yeah, look at me, I got my leather jacket and my leather cape and my wand or whatever, black wand.
Oh yeah. He's just like out there doing the killing curse and the Crucio curse on possums in the back. You're just like he got expelled from Hogwarts because he was just killing a bunch of possums out in the Forbidden Forest.
Whatever, over it.
We should rewrite Harry Potter, kind of like what we did with the Edge of Empire thing with Cody and Kyle and Charlene. We should do a Harry Potter version of that. And your character's a Slytherin, but he's like a Cali bro and he kills possums. And then I'll have to figure out my character. But I like your lore of yours. It's really good.
Thank you. But we should nail down this question, though. She said she wants to know, why do people make fun of Hufflepuff?
Oh, so that's an interesting question. I think people think they're like derpy and kind of like dumb or something, because it's interesting because Hufflepuff, I thought that, what's his name? Cedric. Well, I mean, he got killed by Voldemort, but the guy, Robert Pattinson, is in the movie. He's supposed to be this like really good looking dude who's like really popular. So he's like one of the cooler characters in Harry Potter, and he is in Hufflepuff. So I'm not sure why they get the bad rep, especially in the books too. I've been reading those, and Hufflepuff, like, they beat Gryffindor in one of the Quidditch matches. So I don't know. I don't understand.
I think it's a marketing thing. I don't know, like just the name. You think of a name of something, like a product that might be actually really good, but the name just kind of trips you up. Like, why is it called that? Like Hufflepuff. Like Hufflepuff. Sounds like a synonym for a fat person. Like, hey, they're Hufflepuff. And like puff
no, exactly.
thing in the name, it's just like, you can't take it. Your name's Hufflepuff? Sounds like the name of like a cat or something. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking too, like a fat cat. And I know when I was younger, same thing. I used to think Hufflepuff meant they were like these like fat kids. Like,
yeah, because Ravenclaw sounds cool. Gryffindor sounds cool. Slytherin sounds, like it's supposed to. And then Hufflepuff just like, I feel like it's like the kid from Up would be in Hufflepuff.
Yeah, exactly. And then
that's the mascot of Hufflepuff, and that's why people make fun of it.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's very Hufflepuff, and
the grandpa's in Slytherin.
Yeah, the grandpa is in Slytherin, and who else is there? I don't know.
I think that's about it. There's a dog, but
yeah, there's the dog that talks. Probably like he'd be in like.
We're gonna be at Harry Potter Town this year.
You're gonna be at Harry Potter Town?
Yeah, and Universal. We're going.
Oh, yes. That's so cool. I've always wanted to go to that. And I want to go to the Star Wars one. Well,
dude, we're doing that too.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. Well, that's going to be its own podcast. I'm just going to want you to talk about your time at Universal.
Gonna build a effing lightsaber, dude.
Oh, man. I'm jealous of that. I want a lightsaber. That'd be cool.
Yeah. We could make them together. I'll take you instead of my wife.
Yeah, you take me instead. So, hey, our family vacation that we've been planning for years. I'm actually taking Josh.
We're gonna have lightsabers and droids.
Yeah. We're going to. You're gonna do the immersive experience where I'll dress up as a stormtrooper, but I'll wake you up by tickling your feet.
No, I'll just dress up like Leia and be chained to you. Walk around with me.
And I'll be Jabba the Hutt. I'll be like, just really like, I'll have no shirt on. I'll be really greased up, and I'll be like, Yumba Waka.
Or we'll mix up the lore. You'll be the big Gungan guy we were talking about, and I'll be Princess Leia. People be like, that's not the right character.
I'd be like,
he's like, you're supposed to be Jabba the Hutt, not this guy. And be like, do that thing.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I love that idea. Just troll the Star Wars people because they'll get mad. They'll be like, "What are you doing?"
or like have like Qui-Gon Jinn teamed up with someone that's not even like in the same movie as him.
Oh yeah, it's like Qui-Gon Jinn and then
Rey from the new
Rey,
one or something.
Yeah. And they're like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And like,
it's a couple's costume.
Yeah.
Time travel, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That's amazing. Well, next episode I want to talk about Book of Boba Fett because I'm 4 episodes deep and I like it a lot. I like the series, but we'll talk more about that. And I'm gonna go help out with groceries. But Big 100, we did it. It took like a month, but we did it. It's special.
It's gonna make a Betty White joke, but it's too soon.
Yeah, you gotta wait at least. I know what joke you're gonna make, and I can already. So yeah.
All right. Well, see y'all next week. Oh yeah,
next week.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk to you about that after I click stop, which is now. Bang.
Thank you for tuning into our regularly scheduled program. Contact Josh and Jonathan at powerpackedpodcast@gmail.com. Support the show at patreon.com/powerpacked. See you next time, you dirty little rat babies.